During my time in 10th grade, I realized that the education system isn't really built for everybody's success. So, I'm here as your bigger sister to give you advice and actionable steps that the school will never provide you so that you can actually thrive in this academic year. So, the first thing you must pay attention to is managing your workload. We know that the sheer amount of work they give you is going to be a lot, and I bet you've seen your assignments piling up recently more than ever before. Even though they're like due the next day, I want you to categorize your homework and your subjects into like really essential ones that is like you have to pay a lot of effort into this kind of subject. For example, math and science, because those two subjects are going to be really like vast, and also optional mathematics too. Although it may not seem that vast in the beginning, I do want you to start keeping like a formula diary for these kind of subjects so that you can revise on a daily basis so you will not forget the important formulas. And on the other hand, of course, there is like creative writing subjects like Nepali and English. Yeah, Samajik also. So what I want you to do for these kind of subjects is try to not take these homeworks home. Like try to finish everything in small blocks of time at school. For example, if you have like lunch, then you could do half of the homework right there. You don't have to completely finish it. Just finish as much as you can without wasting your lunch eating time. Treat homework like a way to reinforce whatever you learned without like just feeling the burden of I'm just doing everything without learning anything. Now, the second thing you must pay attention to is minimizing your procrastination as much as you possibly can, because me at the beginning of last year, I thought I would have so much time. That was not fully the case because I did procrastinate at the beginning of the year quite a bit. Although I tried not to, I tried staying productive. It did not work because I was secretly stressed that I wasn't doing enough. So I want you to address your own issues out loud with yourself so that you do not bury them deep inside and end up procrastinating in the end. You can also do this by like gamifying your work. Like, do not make your work super boring. Try to give yourself rewards after each task you complete so that your brain associates that work with a reward, and that will work perfectly. Moving on to the third thing that you need to pay attention to, and that would be dealing with the immense amount of mental pressure that you're in. This is something we're very obviously like familiar with. So we all know our parents, our relatives, our peers, they're all going to treat this examination as the biggest challenge in your entire life, but that would be a total lie, and I don't want you to believe that in the slightest. I also do not want you to undermine this examination because it will determine how good of a school you will get into in the future, and it will also give you really good scholarships if you do really well. But what I'm trying to say is, do not take that much mental pressure. Like, you need to be more carefree in this, and you need to be able to perform your best, and mental pressure is definitely not the way to go. Now, finally, moving on to the last tip of this video, it is the terminal examinations. I know that this won't apply to like most government schools because I'm pretty sure they only give like the final exam, that is the SEE, and they do not have terminal exams like people in private schools. But yeah, so here's what you're going to do. Even if you're a government school student watching this, then you need to practice mock tests and find like old question papers from YouTube and just practice those on a daily basis whenever you have free time on the weekend, and that will give you an idea of how you are supposed to answer the questions and what kind of patterns the questions are gonna come in this year too, because like the questions are gonna be in a predictable pattern every single year. For the private school students, I want you guys to take your terminal exams as a practice test and not as a final judgment on how you're going to perform on your SEE exams, because these questions are not going to be on the same level. SE is going to be a bit easier than whatever's going to come in your terminal exams and your pre-boards. But I would also like to mention that your terminal exams and pre-board questions are going to be quite similar. So definitely collect all these question papers and analyze them to also do well on your pre-boards. And after results are there, do not be upset if you get like a low score, and just analyze your mistakes. Like, what mistakes did you make on this exam? Just write those mistakes down and write down the correct solutions after discussing it with your teacher, and you will know to not make that same mistake in your next exam. I do this by keeping a small notebook. It's like a mistake book, and first of all, I write down the question number and I write down what mistake I made and how to not repeat that same mistake by writing down the full on procedure. Like, do not write down the last answer and just memorize it, because it's not going to be the same thing every single time. Try to understand the process behind it and why everything happened the way it did. Just try to not take everything so personally, okay? That's the biggest thing here. I know that managing all the tips I gave you in this video can also be tough with all these outdated requirements you have going on with school, especially the assignments. But I would like you to take things one thing at a time and move ahead from that. Like, just do not be let down by low scores, by how well your friends might be doing on their first few terminal exams, and just push through it. Like, honestly, there's nothing more important in this world than self-confidence and just being really persistent in what you're doing. So yeah, see you guys on the next video.